Ouch. What is it? Foot hurts. Must have fallen on it funny. Still hurts now. Head's killing me too. That wasn't that spray. Might as well go back to your room, Tony. What about the diamond? You need to rest. I'll be sure to come and get you when I need you. Okay, man, if you're sure. Tony makes his way back to the hallway. My pager. Better go get back to my room too. Alright, luckily it's fairly simple to reorient myself in a hallway because it's usually the same way. Stairs are towards the right. Right. Down the stairs. Wonder how long I've been in there. Looks to be towards nighttime, towards the evening at the very least. Based on the fact that it's dark out. Right. 202. Who was the bastard that came in behind me? I fucking wonder. There's a couple people it could be. Time to give Rachel a call. Red Crown, I may help you. Rachel, it's me. Is everything okay, Kyle? I've been trying to reach you for ages. Yeah, I got caught up in something. Oh? It's fine now. Don't worry about me. Okay, if you're sure. What'd you want me for, anyway? I'll pass you over to Ed. It's me. Found out something about Frank Raver. He was heading up a Condor investigation 25 years ago, but was taken off the case. Already got that out of him. Seems he blames Hugh Speck for having him taken out of action. He's been roaming around in this building looking for proof to link Speck to Nile. He has he? Also, I found Michael McGrath's diary from 13 years ago on the 4th floor. In it, he says he shot a certain safecracker in this building 25 years ago in 1955. What? There's more. The person who killed Kathy McGrath 13 years ago was the husband of the current owner. None other than George Patrice. That's some pretty big reveals you've made there, Hyde. It certainly answers a few questions, but seems I got a bit sloppy too. A little while ago I was rendered unconscious and tied up. What the hell happened? I was investigating the 4th floor and somebody sprayed me with sleep spray. It's pretty serious. Seems you managed to get yourself out of it though. Yeah, just about. Head's still killing me though. Seems there's somebody in this place who doesn't want the 4th floor investigated. Got any ideas who could have done this to you? Yeah, I got a pretty good idea. What's your next move? Let's just say that person and I are gonna have a little talk. Watch your back, Hyde. Sure. Okay. Time to go and get some answers. Alright, off to go see Mags, huh? Is that time to finally confront her? At least I hope so? Maybe she might be like, oh man, gotta talk to you later, and then I'll see her, like, later in the day. Or, like, I don't fucking know. Hopefully I can actually finally fucking confront her, because that'd be nice. Who is it? Hear Mags' voice from inside her room. It's Kyle Hyde. Oh, Mr. Hyde. Why so surprised? I'm not surprised. If you say so, now open the door. I got something I need to talk to you about. Now's not really a good time. I don't want to see anyone at the moment. Don't want to see anyone. What's wrong? Was it something I said? Please don't misunderstand, Mr. Hyde. I know what you did. All of it. Now open this damn door. No, I won't. I have no intention of letting you into my room ever again. I've also made certain discoveries. I know you snuck in here and stole the key, for example. What? Of all the things to take, and to think you of all people took it, I must have been a fool to ever think I could trust you, Mrs. Patrice. Just go, will you? Mr. Hyde. Huh. Frank. What are you doing here? I just came to see Mags. So you spoke to her, yes? Not exactly. She wouldn't let me in. She told me she knew I'd been inside her room. Interesting. How so? She called me not too long ago to talk about you. I think she may be under the assumption you're in league with Niall, and she may be basing these assumptions on the fact that you took the Condor key. She said that only a person who knew the significance of the key would take it. Frank, why did Mags want to talk to you about me? Perhaps because she knows I used to be a detective. She clearly trusts me. That's not what I asked. No? Why was it me she wanted to talk about? I thought I made that clear a moment ago. She believes that you were working for Niall as you stole the key. But it doesn't make sense. How did she come to know that I took the thing in the first place? Are you absolutely sure you didn't drop me in when you spoke to her? You know, just politely told her that I'd been snooping around in her room? You watch your tongue. I told her nothing of the sort. What's the key's significance? How should I know? After all, you know far more about the damned key than I do, and you've been spending more time up on the 4th floor than anyone. Didn't you find anything that looked like this key could be used up there? Not yet. Still only halfway through my investigation. Didn't get a chance to finish it because I was attacked. You were what? Yeah, let my guard down for a second. Hit me with a sleep spray, tied me up and locked the door. Got myself out, but I never caught a glimpse of the attacker's face. Who would attempt something like that? My guess is it's somebody who got jittery at the thought of me being on the 4th floor. And they're willing to do just about anything to keep their secrets hidden. That's right, you don't think it could be... Right, there's only one person it could be. If what you told me is true and she thinks I'm working for Niall, I'm sure of it. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Indeed. Oh dear. What is it? May have made a terrible mistake, Mr. Hyde. Mistake? About what? When you told me that it was Michael McGrath's son of all people that sent you the order to go searching for the Scarlet Star. That's when I chose to hint that Michael McGrath kept his secrets hidden somewhere, like in a diary. I thought this was a chance to utilize your expertise in assisting me in finding evidence to expose Hugh Speck and his corruption. However, this may have caused Mrs. Patrice to question her trust in you. Seems I didn't think this through properly. Come on, Frank. Don't flatter yourself. What? You think I was just doing what I was told? I wanted to look around the building, and that's exactly what I did. The reason I did it was to uncover the truth of 25 years ago. Simple as that. Truth of 25 years ago? Do you mean to tell me that you're not looking for the Scarlet Star? Oh, I'll find it alright, but only because it'll be instrumental in uncovering the truth I'm looking for. What are you so keen on finding out about 25 years ago, Mr. Hyde? I want to know about what went on in the manager's office, about the safecracker's death. What? You got something to say? No, it's nothing. Yeah, well, your face is telling me a different story. If you got something to say, now will be the time to say it. I'm feeling a little tired, Mr. Hyde. Think I'll head back to my room now. Not so fast, Frank. Are you implying I'm running away? If you're keen on hearing me more about 25 years ago, feel free to join me in my room. Frank finishes speaking and heads upstairs. His face went whiter than a mime's when I mentioned my dad. So, Frank's gonna tell me about what happened 25 years ago, is he? Wonder what he knows. Great. I am not able to confront Mags because, of course, I'm not. Just grab a chair. Oh, wrong floor. Grab a fucking chair and bust it the fuck down. Jesus Christ. You did it before on the 4th floor? What's another door, really? Whatever. Mr. Hyde. Well, here I am. Now talk. Of course. Please come in. So this is where Frank holds himself up. Can I offer you a drink? Save it for a real guest. I'm just here to hear what you have to say. Well, I intend to have a drink, so please, just join me. Frank heads in the direction of the kitchen. Sydney from the cafe kindly gave me some coffee not too long ago. Would you care for some? Well, in that case, this won't take long. Please wait here. Looks like a family photo. Sorry to have kept you waiting. Frank places 2 cups of coffee on the table. Smells pretty good. Now that I think about it, you're the only person who's been in here and had a coffee with me. What about your family? Wife passed away 10 years ago, and after a lengthy battle against illness. I have 2 children, but we haven't met in years. How do they feel about you trying to restore your name with the LAPD? About trying to find clues to expose who you suspect for the last 25 years. Never spoken to them about it. They know nothing. Why not? No sense of keeping the problem all to yourself. I'm sure they'd support you. After all, when HuSpec had you removed from your post, they had to support you then. Don't you think they have a right to know? Don't you dare try and tell me about how to treat my family. No offense, but if I had a dad like you, I don't think I could stand it. Just my 2 cents, though. Clearly don't understand at all, Mr. Hyde. I didn't leave my family in the dark all this time just for the sake of my own pride. There's more to it than that. 25 years ago during the Condor case, my name wasn't the only thing lost. Mess that HuSpec calls also resulted in someone's death. Whose? Same man you've been looking into. The safecracker. What? So, Mr. Hyde, would you care to tell me how you came to know about that man? Who told you about him? Well, who told you? Tell me. Who's Dylan? Oh. I was like, Dylan Fitch. Who's Fitcher? I was like, oh, Dylan. Was it the son? It's been a day. Tell me about a man who crept into the manager's office, and I see. I think it's about time you talk straight with me, Frank. I want you to tell me about the safecracker who was killed here 25 years ago. Tell me everything you know. Come on, Frank. You just told me. You said that this person had gotten involved in the case you were working on. Tell me. Did you buy information, or did you help him get in? Yes, I did. So you and this safecracker knew each other beforehand. Then, no, we didn't. Gregory was there thanks to the information he got from a contact I often used. Gregory? Who's Gregory? That's the name his associates used for him, at least. Seriously doubt it was his real name, just something he used while working. Gregory was a safecracker who'd never been arrested and was well known in the field. He was also knowledgeable in Condor. Figured I could use a person like that to assist me in my plans. We had an agreement, and I'm the one who got him into the hotel. However, I intended to catch Condor by fair means or foul. That was my plan. But HuSpec put an end to that. How did HuSpec put an end to your plan 25 years ago? What did he do? Well, tell me the whole story. He did something beyond words. Let me guess, HuSpec told Condor about your plan. That's right. And that was also why Gregory was silenced. That night, while I was waiting for word from Gregory, that's when it happened to me too. Frank. What? Enough beating around the bush. Excuse me? I need you to tell me exactly what you were planning to do 25 years ago. All of it. What do you mean? Thought I made myself clear from the start. What I need to know is precisely what happened with the safecracker 25 years ago. You know the truth behind the death that occurred that night, and you're gonna tell me. You win, Mr. Hyde. I'll tell you what you need to know, but on one condition. I'm listening. If you really want to hear the whole truth, you'll have to make me talk. The hell's that supposed to mean? Well, would have thought an ex-detective like yourself would have known. It's time you demonstrated to me exactly how much you want to hear the truth. If you expect to get anything out of me, you're gonna have to work for it. If you choose your questions well, I'll talk. I'll tell you everything you want to know. But if you aren't able to ask the right questions, our little chat stops here. Got yourself a deal. kind of agreement did you have with Gregory? Mr. Hyde, I hardly think that's a fitting question at this point. You clearly know nothing. Huh? Mr. Hyde. I'm sure I told you at the start, but you should be choosing your questions carefully. As I understood it, you wanted to know what happened to the safecracker 25 years ago. If you're intent on asking me about other matters instead, I suggest you leave right away. Jeez, never thought he'd be this hard to please. How am I supposed to find out about my dad? I should really start thinking before I speak. What? How the fuck is that a game over? All I did was ask a question. Alright, so asking the first question didn't work. What about the second? Okay, Frank, let's start with this. What was your plan from 25 years ago to catch Condor? Well, I decided there was only one way to bring Condor to justice, and that was to catch them in the act. Skilled as the Condor group was in conducting systematic jewelry thefts, they were also adept in turning their acquisitions into near untraceable cash. But I'd found out from a staff member that Hotel Cape West was being used to sell stolen wares on, and that the jewels were being kept in a safe in the manager's office. If I could positively identify that the jewels being stored there were what Condor stole, I would have all the proof I needed to drive the final nail in the Condor's coffin. So that's why you enlisted Gregory's help to crack the safe. You wanted him to make his way into the manager's office and remove the jewels, right? Precisely. Plan was to have him break into the safe, extract the contents, and send me a signal. Then the police would arrive at the office and confiscate what he extracted. Well, that was what we planned, at least. What kind of signal had you decided he should send you? Plan to use the window. The window? Yes. It was to enter the manager's office, open the safe, and extract the contents. Once he got the jewels, he was to go to the window and use his flashlight. And so let me know that things had gone according to plan. Police that had been standing by could then raid the premises. Problem was that something went wrong with the signal we'd agreed on. Gregory just disappeared, so we never went into the building. What went wrong? Next question. What went wrong? Well, you're telling me you never returned the signal you were waiting for, right? No, I believe he sent it, but what? You must understand, Mr. Hyde, there are things I cannot discuss beyond this point. Why the hell not? Because they concern the promise that connects me and Gregory. Indeed, if that promise had been kept as planned, he would never have needed to die. I regret what happened to him. I doubt I'll ever outlive that regret. Mr. Hyde, I think I've said enough. I couldn't possibly discuss this any further with you. There's only one person I can imagine telling this whole story to, and that person is a relative of Gregory. Well, what kind of agreement did you make? What kind of agreement did you have with Gregory? He was intending to leave the world of crime behind and start afresh, but he wasn't able to break his ties with his old acquaintances, so I made him a promise. If he lent his talents to assisting me with my investigation, I would make certain incidents from his past go away, and the police force would ensure that all ties he had to his past were severed. And did he bite and agree to your proposal? Not at first. Seemed to be somewhat against the idea. In order to gain his trust, I needed to take a different approach. As an act of good faith, I gave him something he'd find difficult to refuse. What was it? I handed him the keys to a new car. It would serve as a kind of advance payment. What? There's no need to act so surprised. It was commonplace in operations like this. That's the sort of thing we did back then for people who assisted us. What was it that happened to you? What happened to you? Mr. Hyde? I don't see how that has anything to do with what you want to hear about. Frank, what if I were to bring a member of Gregory's family here? Would you be willing to tell them everything? Naturally. But how on earth would you... You leave that to me. Well, don't go anywhere. I'll be back as soon as I can. Do I just need, like, proof? Is that proof in my room? Do I have, like, a picture of him? Alright, I'll go see what I can do about that. I was thinking, like, oh, I've got something in my inventory that might prove him. Do I have anything in my inventory? Michael, crowbar, flashlight, condor key. No, that's not the key I'm looking for. Old photo. No, that's not. Reward, funeral, note, sales. No, I got nothing on me that would prove anything. Alright. Let's go check out this box. Top of the table is a small Oh. Well, I can grab this key. Car key inside the package. There you go. Frank, who gave this key to Dad. Baseball has a lot of sentimental value to me. What I think might be the best piece of evidence. This case was his dad's. The case is lying flat on the table. No, I don't want to open it. You can tell I've been using this wallet for years. Sure. I mean, I think I have what I need? I think? At least I hope so. Unless he's got a picture lying around of his family, but I kind of doubt that. Yeah, I think I got what I need. Wait, are there pictures on the wall? No, just notes and shit. Alright. But like, you know, I thought like, oh, here's the case that my father is known to use. Surely he might recognize this. And he'd be like, how the fuck you got that? And I hand the key, be like, how the fuck you get that? It's like, oh. Oh, you are related. But oh well. I think the key seems to be good enough, since I'm not allowed to just grab the case. Yo, what up? Sorry to kept you waiting. Where's the member of Gregory's family, Mr. Hyde? Right here. Me. What? I got something you need to see. Here. This is... yeah, same car key you gave Gregory 25 years ago. It was discovered on the body of a man in a downtown parking lot not long afterwards. This is one of the items my dad left me. What'd you just say? Gregory's real name was Chris Hyde. 25 years ago, after deciding to wash his hands of crime, he left the house on one final job. 3 days later, he still hadn't returned home to his family. Police were investigating the murder at one point, but they quickly broke it off. The case remains unsolved to this day. Frank, I'm Chris's son, and that's why I have the right to hear what you've got to say. You're going to tell me all about the promise you made to my father, and exactly what happened at the end. You're going to tell me everything. To get the proof we needed to expose Condor, I made Gregory a promise 25 years ago. From his point of view, this job posed considerable risk. You don't say. He agreed to take on the job knowing it would be his last, for the sake of his family. When we made our promise, he looked me directly in the eyes and said, "Can I really trust you?" I didn't answer, but just nodded. Never intended that nod to be a lie, but... what happened? At night, he broke into the manager's office as we planned and got the safe open, took out the contents, then from the darkened room he showed a signal. No matter how many times he repeated it, nobody sent him the response he was expecting. Why not? Why didn't you send in the cavalry like planned? 'Cause I wasn't there. What? At night, while I was at the designated spot, Spec handed me a single note. The message was clear. It said that my wife's condition had worsened and that I should go to the hospital at once. Naturally, I went, leaving Spec to preside over the scene. So, to summarize, I fled to see my wife while Gregory was still inside doing the job. Gregory must have thought I was dutifully waiting in position outside the hotel. After he signaled me, simply had to wait for the reinforcements to arrive, but I'd already departed to be by my beloved's side. Spec's plan had been a complete success. Spec's plan? Yes, it was his intention to lure me away from the scene that night. No sooner had I reached the hospital than it became clear and I hurried back. Spec maintained that he'd been given the note but not known what the contents were, and also said that he had seen nothing like a signal from the manager's office. So he spun a web of lies that had you convinced. He did. He was a member of the force and I had no reason to disbelieve him. It was only later that I learned the truth behind the night's events. Please, Mr. Hyde, Are you able to forgive me? If only I'd known that Speck was working with Condor all those years ago. Would have never left him in charge of the scene. Maybe your father would still be alive today. That's everything, is it? It is. That's the truth behind the death of the safecracker 25 years ago. Don't you have anything to say? Now that you ask, I'm not sure I do. Funny as it may sound, I don't blame you for what happened. In fact, all I can think about right now is how I must have felt during those final moments. Of course. Tell me one thing, Mr. Hyde. When did you find out that your father died in these very apartments? Only found out a little while ago. It was written in Michael's diary. What? You mean to say you found his diary? Yeah, I found it alright. You're not gonna like the fact that there's nothing related to Hugh Speck in there, though. Oh, I see. While we're on the subject, you said you had a discussion with Michael's son. Just to put my mind at ease, could you please let me know? Sorry to disappoint you, but he didn't tell me anything that you'd find useful. I see. Nevertheless, I'd very much like the opportunity to talk to him myself. It's gonna be tough. He left not long after I spoke to him. He left? Are you telling me he lived here? In this building? Sure did. He was in room 306. You mean, that man? I had no idea. Don't take it so hard. I'll find you the proof that you need to nail Speck, Mr. Hyde. In fact, I intend to expose everything these apartments have been hiding. Once I'm done, the only mystery left will be where I'll get my coffee from now on. And all you need to do is keep your nose out and wait for me to get it done. Why, you arrogant little... Just try to keep you out of the line of fire. Leave the dangerous stuff to me. Well, suppose you have proven yourself useful. I'll back down for now. But please, take this with you. Is it a gun? Can it be a gun? It's the other half of the torn postcard I got from Will. Take postcard piece. The side represents the only clue I found while searching the 4th floor. Take it with you. Might help. I take it you're still eager to hear what Mrs. Patrice has to say. Damn right I am. There are plenty of things I have to ask that lady. But she won't be too excited to talk to me, will she? Then leave that part to me. I'll make sure she understands you're not in league with Niall. If all goes according to plan, there's every chance she'll emerge from her room. Okay, I'll leave that to you. Good luck, Mr. Hyde. One last thing, Frank. What is it? What kind of man was my dad? We had a drink together once. I remember thinking to myself at the time that he was a lot tougher than he looked. Never had much to say, but what he did say, he said with the utmost poignancy. Told me about his kid wanting to be a baseball star when he grew up. In fact, that when he was telling me of this, he came across a run-of-the-mill kind of guy. I see. Okay. Need to make a move. I'm wasting time. I'll leave Frank's room. Even though I know the truth behind what happened to Dad, it's not everything. Postcard that Michael left behind. Condor key. Disappearance of the Scarlet Star and proof of Hugh Speck's wrongdoing. There are obviously still secrets that people could get hurt over. Just how much does Mags know about them, though? First thing I want to try out, postcard piece, combine, the torn postcard. Put the two parts of the postcard together. It's the moon. Postcard with a picture of the moon on it, huh? Something written on the back. Looks like some sort of code. Now all I need to do is find out what Michael was trying to hide using this. What? Examine. Take a look at the postcard. What the fuck? I don't get this at all. What's it supposed to mean? Rather than writing it down, I'm just going to take a picture of it on my phone. So that way I don't have to, like, spend the time writing it down. I can just look at it on here. Looks to be... commands on, like, the elevator. But I don't fucking understand it. Some of these symbols... Can't help but think I've seen them somewhere before. Okay. Sure. Elevator it is. What? What the fuck? Alright. Let's examine. How the fuck do I start this? Three... What does the fucking vertical triangles mean? What is the asterisk? There's a 6? These steps? Q? I mean, there's a bell, but like... What do you mean, A? Dude, I don't fucking know. I don't think there's enough I have info-wise to solve whatever puzzle that is, so I'm gonna just try out Mags, hope for the best. Who is it? I hear Mags' voice from inside her room. We need to talk, Mrs. Patrice. Mr. Hyde. I'm on the phone with Mr. Raver at the moment. What do you need to talk to me about? About Michael McGrath and the diary he left behind? I see. Very well. Please come in.